So welcome to my third video on the political compass. I finish up the last couple of questions and give my results, and as such, this shouldn't be as horrendously long as the last one. I really have nothing new to add, so let's just get started. Astrology accurately explains many things. Give me a fucking break. Only idiots believe that the sky controls your destiny. It has been so completely and soundly disproven. I have no idea why anyone takes it seriously at all these days. Even the newspapers have to say it's for entertainment only. If you believe in astrology, you're an idiot. This one gets a strongly disagree. You cannot be moral without being religious. Absolutely not. In fact, I might go the other way and say you can't really be moral if you are religious. Morality requires not just holding a position, but having the slightest idea why you hold it, and most theists haven't got a clue. They just parrot it blindly because it says so in their favorite book of Bronze Age mythology. Strongly disagree. Charity is better than Social Security as a means of helping the genuinely disadvantaged. I'm going to take issue with some of the terminology here. Social Security isn't really a means for helping the disadvantaged, although granted that is where a lot of the funding comes from. It's supposed to be a means for helping people retire without having to eat cat food. However, I'm aware that this survey comes from England, and it likely means something else there, especially given that it isn't capitalized. That said though, especially since the question mentions the disadvantaged and not the disabled, I'm going to agree. I think that charity is much better than tax money for helping put people back on their feet. Some people are naturally unlucky. Luck doesn't exist, just like astrology. What many people call unlucky, I call making bad choices. I have yet to see anyone who does poorly who I can't identify what they've done wrong in their lives if I look closely enough. Strongly disagree. It is important that my child's school instills religious values. Well, if you want religious values, go to a private school. Public schools have no place teaching religion in any way, shape, or form. You keep your religion out of my schools, and I'll keep my thinking out of your churches. Strongly disagree. Sex outside marriage is usually immoral. The key word here is immoral, and I don't think morality has anything to do with it. Morality is subjective. I think a lot of times sex outside of marriage is a really bad idea, but it certainly isn't inherently immoral. Disagree. A same-sex couple in a stable, loving relationship should not be excluded from the possibility of child adoption. There are so many children out there that need loving homes. Any couple that can provide such ought to have a shot at being able to adopt if they want to. I know that this question was posed before the recent worldwide equality tour, where most countries have legalized gay marriage and gay equality, so I'll just say strongly agree and be done with it. Pornography depicting consenting adults should be legal for the adult population. I really don't care what gets your rocks off so long as nobody's hurt and only consenting adults take part. It isn't any of my business what goes on in the privacy of your bedroom, dungeon, or garage. Just keep it out of the view of children and people who don't want to see it, and I won't get in your way. Strongly agree. What goes on in a private bedroom between consenting adults is no business of the state. I really already answered this one, so I'll strongly agree, so long as no one is injured and only consenting adults are involved. No one can feel naturally homosexual. Strongly disagree. Of course they can, just as people can feel naturally transgendered. Your sexual orientation is determined more in your brain than your body. We've got evidence that there's real differences between the brains of heterosexuals and homosexuals, and there's no reason that we shouldn't accept people being who they are, no matter what they are, as long as they don't harm anyone in the process. These days, openness about sex has gone too far. This is one that might surprise people a bit. Now, I'm not a prude. I don't care what people do or who they do it with for the most part. I have no interest in hearing about it, though. I don't want to hear about it. I don't want to see it. I don't want to have to deal with it. I don't want to see you screwing a pig on your front lawn for multiple reasons. I don't care what you did in your bedroom last night, and sitting around in a restaurant while the people at the next table loudly discuss it is both rude and obnoxious. There's a time and a place, and this kind of thing is private and it should stay that way. Keep your sexual proclivities, interests, and kinks to yourself. I strongly agree with this one. So that was the last question. What do you think of my answers? If there's anything you either agreed with or disagreed with, please put it in the comments. I'm interested to know your opinions. I'm sure you're really excited to know my results, although you could have gone with the last couple of videos and just put my answers into the political compass and gotten a pretty good idea already, but here goes. According to the political compass, my economic left-right score is 5.75 and my social libertarian/authoritarian score is negative 1.9. Here's the actual graph. As I said when I started this thing, I've taken this test many times over the years and I always get approximately this score. Sometimes it's up a box or two, sometimes it's down a box or two, depending on how much I quibble on specific questions, but my results usually look very similar to this. This is the result of a conservative atheist. I think it's funny how many times I get accused of being authoritarian when I'm nothing of the sort. Then again, when you're an anarchist, I guess everything looks authoritarian. Thanks for sticking around for what is probably a long and boring series of videos. Please like, subscribe, and share, and be sure to let me know what you thought. Are there any other tests you'd like me to take? By all means, please let me know at this email address. I'll be back soon with something that's hopefully more entertaining, so please stick around.